Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy. And I just did an April collage show and tell. Well, I got on a little bit of a steady track. I won't call it a binge, but a very steady track of collaging. And I am now through with May. Even though it's only May 3rd, I am now finished with May in my collage calendar book. And so I'm not sure at this point whether I will continue in this calendar book and just go on to June, or whether I will start doing collages outside of the collage book. In other words, get some 8x10 pieces of paper, or I've got a bunch of postcard sized 4x6 cardstock stuff that I could use for doing collages, but I would probably use the larger cardstock that I have, the 8.5 by 11 size. Oh, I missed out on one of these. So I'm not sure. I'm happy that I am getting into a groove with collaging. As I always mention, I have tons of collage material. But yeah, it's becoming well, I just have to think about essentially what I planned for this to do is working, and it's setting up a habit. It's like I was up one day at I don't know if it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 or 5 or something, and couldn't get back to sleep, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to start some collages. So this is actually the end of May, and I started June. And yesterday I was able, so I actually just arranged, I got up and I just arranged the images the way I wanted them to, and didn't do any gluing, and actually came up with like 4 pages worth of arrangements. And this weekend was able to go ahead and complete doing all of the gluing in and adding little details and stuff of that nature. And it makes me curious whether there's going to be seasonal ups and downs with this. You know, whether spring or early summer will tend, you know, with greater daylight or something, I don't know what it would be, will be a time that I am more into collaging, more interested in doing the collages. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe a combination. Maybe what I'll do is I'll continue doing like a spread here. This is a week. This is 1 week. Maybe I'll continue to do 1 week going forward with June, but not allow myself to just keep going, and instead we'll pick up a different size, different material to do the collage on. And one of the things I think that reasons that I'm starting to pick up doing it. I think there's two, you know, as in the frequency and the ease with which I'm putting stuff together, is that one, I'm getting used to this size and what fits on this size and what doesn't fit on this size. And two, the drawer, I have this, it's really quite a skinny drawer, but it's goes back very far. And just, you know, just this much of a drawer, a skinny drawer, holds a ton of collage material, a ton. But I'm starting to get down in material, so I actually have less material in that drawer now. And I think that's helping me select. You know, I don't have such a super abundance of things to select from, and so I'm able to more select. Like, this is kind of the result of the fact that in the material I was working with, I knew that there were a lot of profiles or faces, and I just decided to do a page that was faces, people's faces. And I can't think of, and this just sort of fell together. I just had them there, these three, and that's another thing. Again, I'm getting used to the size, and so I know how many comfortably fit instead of doing like a super abundance on one page. You know, this started out as 3 images, and then I dug around a little bit to add some things to it. Anyway, I can't see really good examples, but you know, some of these, again, I just pulled out some images, and it's like, all right, well, I'm just going to throw these together. So it's just working out. And this was, I knew I had a bunch of these little planes, and so I decided to get rid of them. I'm putting them all in one spread. Yeah, and I think I'm a little bit more aware of my own limitations, and so I don't try to do this sort of thing so much anymore, where I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different images. I'm trying to limit it to maybe 3 or 4 main images and then little accent images. So yeah, less complicated. So there we go. And wow, I wasn't thinking about it, but that makes it pretty much like halfway through the year. I'll be halfway through the year actually sticking with something, which means it's about time for it to all start breaking down. But anyway, I'm enjoying it, and it's working. It's getting me into a rhythm so that when I have a little time, I'm not thinking that, you know, I'm not routing myself into things I enjoy less. Instead, I think, well, I'm going to sit down and do a little collaging. All right, everybody, take care.